How cool.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day.
Hey, PinkLash. Fish in my teeth. Anyways. Hey, PinkLash. How's everybody doing today? I hope great. So I'm back. So I want to say I'm back with another Dollar Tree haul, but that's not what this is. So we put some munch on some goldfish because I'm really hungry. And I need to go to the store and buy some like healthy snacks. But anyway, so I know you guys is like, girl, when you gonna spill the tea? What's up? Okay. I've been telling y'all like what went on this summer, like when you was like missing in action, right? But I'm gonna tell you. So this is the thing. I'm a single mother of 4. I got 3 boys and 1 girl. And I live in Texas. The area that I live in, the cost of living has definitely like drastically gone up in the past 5 years, I guess. Now, I was in this. I'm trying to give you a backstory, so maybe it can all tie in together. So, I was in this relationship for some time, and we had twins. We had the baby, and while I was pregnant with the twins, I had some complications to where I had to be put on bed rest, and so the only family here I had was my mom, and my mom was dealing with a lot of stuff herself because, you know, I had lost my father, you know, so she had lost her husband, and so this left me like super dependent upon this man, right? So everything that I had going on for me definitely got put on pause. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when I originally had started school, before I was pregnant with the twins. But I was actually, at that time, I was just going for my CDA, which is a child development credential, whatever, like if you're in child care, whatever, because the school that I worked at, it was a new requirement or whatever. So I was doing that, dating this guy, not being very careful, and ended up pregnant. And ended up pregnant with twins. And I think like within like I worked all the way up to my 4th month, and I started having complications, and my doctor put me on bed rest. And so when I got pregnant, I lived on my own. I had my own apartment. I had a 1-bedroom apartment. It was just me and Braylon at the time. Braylon was only like 3, so we only needed 1 bedroom. I was working, going to school, paying my bills. I was doing everything, you know what I'm saying? They say like a boss bitch do. Okay, I was on my thing. I was doing my thistle. And then, but I wasn't being smart. I was just being out there, just enjoying. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm pregnant with twins. So I'm on bed rest. The job, I work in child care. I was a daycare worker. I worked at top preschool at a daycare. So I didn't have no emergency savings plan. So Dave Ramsey, y'all, get on a Dave Ramsey plan so you have your emergency funds and whatever. So I didn't have no emergency funds set up. So, like, this dude, I just became dependent upon him. Like, we were together or whatever, but we really became together when I was pregnant with them twins. And so he was at my apartment all the time. Well, I wasn't supposed to have no extra guests in my apartment because he wasn't on the lease. So I don't know, somebody ratted me out, somebody snitched, and so they were like, you know, you got to add him to the lease, or you got to get a bigger apartment, which more than likely is going to have to get a bigger apartment because I had twins on the way, and I had Donovan. Anyway, long story short, I ended up just moving out. So I broke my lease, and me and him got an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment. And he basically got it. My name was on the lease, but he basically got it because he was responsible for it or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? So we lived together. I didn't work, so I was dependent upon him. Meaning I didn't work, so I wasn't having no money coming in to save. Like the little money I had coming in, like I sold stuff on eBay. I sold stuff on Etsy. I sold baby food jars. Like I was hustling my ass off. And that I did that to try to keep up with my credit, because I had like A1 credit at the time, but I was trying to pay my credit card bills because they were not all paid off, and just like little stuff like that. So had the babies, you know what I'm saying? Eventually I get back to working. During this time though, while I was on bed rest, I was still in school, so that was good. I get back to working, going to school, everything is good. For the most part, as far as like, I'm getting back on my feet as far as my financial gains. They were like, I'll talk about that later, but so the twins are like 2, about to be 3. It's November before their birthday, because they'll turn, so this was 2013. They were born in 2010. So this was the fall of 2013, right before they got returned 3. They're 2 years old. I find out I'm pregnant again. Oh, that's a whole nother story time in itself. But anyway, so everything is, I'm like, oh, okay, here we go again. Well, again, another complicated pregnancy. End up on bed rest. Again, totally dependent upon this guy. And then we was going to have a house built. I'm trying to think. Then next thing I know, Don was born. I go back to work again. But this time, I couldn't get enough discount to be able to even afford to work, to have daycare for the twins and for a newborn. They wouldn't let the newborns go for free. By this time, I know daycare letting a newborn go for free. That's their money maker. Now, back when I had Braylon, where I worked, he got to go for free. But like I was grandfathered in, but they had started changing it even then. So I was grandfathered in for Braylon, but not for the rest. Well, I was with a different company by then. Okay. So anyway, so at that point, me and him sat down. It really did not make sense for me to work. Like I would have had to be like really making like $30, like $35 something an hour to be able to pay for daycare and still have money in my pocket to pay my bills. I had got a new truck. Just a whole bunch of mess, right? So I'm at home with the kids for a year and a half, I guess. And then the twins finally start our Head Start program. And so that was kind of cool. But anyways, throughout this time I was staying at home, the relationship started going down south. I eventually moved out, and I moved in with my mom. I'm just being real. I moved in with my mom. It felt good to say we lived together, like I was really paying bills, but really me and all 4 of my kids was living with my mom. And so now I've then put this huge burden on my mom. So, and you can kind of like go back into like some of my videos, and you can kind of see the transition where when my videos when I was in that room that had like the teal background, the Walter Till, that's when I was living in a house with this guy. And then you'll see like a transition where you didn't see that blue wall anymore. So that's when I had moved in with my mom. And I had moved in with her in a 2-bedroom apartment with me and all my kids. And of course, I didn't say that to you guys, because to the YouTube world, because I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. At least it felt embarrassing for me, for somebody who's always been able to work for hers and hold it together. I don't know why I'm crying. I'm getting teary-eyed. So anyway, I live with my mom. So I've been living with my mom since then. And then my mom, she's getting older. My granny's getting older. And so my mom wants to move to Oklahoma. Well, I don't want to move to Oklahoma. I just don't feel like it's an environment, a family environment for me and my children. Although I went there and I grew up there, but I'm also a female. And not even saying Texas is the best, but I feel like Texas is better than Oklahoma as far as having black males, you know, and I have 3. So I don't want to move to Oklahoma. And so somebody said they're cutting grass. So this past summer, you know, so when the lease was up, whatever, my mom was supposed to go off to Oklahoma, and then I was supposed to stay here, or was going to stay here and, you know, get a job and figure it out. So I went and lived with my cousin. Shout out to my cousin. I went to live with her for the summer, you know, to get a job, to get on my feet, because I was like, okay, the summertime is a perfect time to land a job while I don't have to worry about who's going to pick up the kids, who's going to get the kids to school and all that stuff. So all 4 of my children, my oldest one, he's been with his dad all summer. My 3 have been with their dad all summer. So that's been a huge help. I was able to get a job. I've been working multiple jobs. I've been driving for Lyft and doing some other stuff. And so I was able to save up some money. And then, you know, everything kind of works out in the way it's supposed to work out, because then, although my mom was supposed to be moving to Oklahoma, she's going to stay 1 more year to help me out. And whatever. Plus, too, you know, the job market is just kind of tricky, whatnot. So, but this time it's like we're living together. It's not all on her. I'm working, so I'm able to help, you know, pay bills also. So that is a huge relief. And so I don't know what I would do without my mom. So I'm working nights. And so then she watches my kids while I go to work at night, and we're just making it work. And so within this year, I should be able to save up money, and hopefully, you know, everything works out with YouTube and my channel just continues to grow, because a good portion of my income that I make from YouTube really does help me out a lot. And so that's the tea. So I live with my cousin for the summer so I could work my ass off, so I would be able to save some money, because I knew in the fall, when school started, you know, all my kids would be coming back home and I wouldn't be able to work as hard. Like, I wouldn't be able to work 2 or 3 jobs. So now it's cut down to just 2, driving for Lyft, and then the other thing that I do instead of, I was doing 3. But anyway, well, technically, I guess I was doing 4, but now it's 3 because I still do YouTube. Anyway, so that I was living with my cousin. That's why I was living with my cousin for the summer, and that's why I wasn't able to record, because as much as I wanted to, because I was just working. I was working so hard, and plus I was in like a tight space. And shout out to my cousin. I love her, but you know what I'm saying. You know, so she has kids. She has people in and out of her home, so it just kind of make it hard to record certain types of videos, because, you know, you have the loud background. Kind of like I got today, though, with Donovan and the dang grass man. But anyways, so that's what was going on. So I know some people are like, why are you recording in your car? Why do you keep recording in your car? And that was the reason why. And then, like I said, I was just kind of didn't want to show you guys the background, like in the room that I was in, because it was so cluttered, because it was my cousin's house. She has all her belongings in her. It was our guest bedroom, but she got a lot of stuff between her and her husband. They got a lot of stuff, and cause she's a crafter. Just put it like that. She's a crafter, and she sews, and she does hair. So she has a lot of stuff. On top of that, all of my stuff, and then some of my kids' stuff. And so we actually moved in with her before the summer. Honestly, I moved in with her in April, the first part of April. So school was still in session. So for all of April and all of the May, So for all of April, all of May, because school wasn't out for 2 months, she does not live close by so for 2 months I had to get up extra early to drive my kids all the way to school. And man, some days, like after I would drop them off, I would just literally just bawl my eyes out, because I'm like, how did I get to this point in my life? Like, God, why? Like, literally. And he was just like, why not you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can handle it, and hopefully you're learning these lessons along the way. And I've learned some very important lessons along the way. And there's some things that I did that I knew that I shouldn't be doing. Like, I know people say, save yourself, don't have sex before marriage and stuff like that. And I see why. Or, when you get in this relationship, like I lost my virginity, obviously, before marriage. I've never been married. But there's a reason why the Bible has things set up the way it's set up. It's set up so you can win. God wants you to win, not lose. And so, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do things Maisha's way just kind of got me in the situation I'm in, but I'm a survivor. I'm just constantly in prayer, and things are definitely looking up. It's could be a lot worse. So that's what's going on with me. So there you have it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm just kind of like, don't know what else to say. That's basically it. Like, I can't even say no more. But I've definitely learned a lot of lessons, you know what I'm saying, about men, about myself, just everything. Like, there was one point in my life where I was like this close to getting married, and, one tip I can tell you, if you don't take nothing else away from this, or two things I want to tell you if you can't take nothing else away from this video. One is, if you are a believer and you are a believer in God, you know what I'm saying, try your best, especially for my young viewers out there. Save your virginity for somebody that really deserves it. And don't just be out here making babies without somebody if they have not married you yet. If you and him do not share the last name, if he's not willing to marry you and give you his last name, there's no reason you should be giving him a baby. Point blank, period. So, and even though you get married, there's no guarantee that you are going to stay married forever. You go into marriage, that's the plan. So don't just be marrying anybody. But my point is, don't just be out here having babies with a man who's not willing to marry you. If you marry him, be married for a couple of 2 to 3 years and then have some babies. Okay. If I could go back in time, that is the way I would have done it. Okay. And then I probably wouldn't have had so many, but I love my children, so it is what it is. And then 2, when you find love, when love finds you, and you know it in your heart, don't let the opinions of outside people mess it up for you. And that's all I got to say. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more story times, just go ahead and drop me some book emojis in the description box. In the comment section down below. And then also, if there's a certain story you want me to tell, or you're wondering, you got a question, go ahead and leave that down in the comment section down below so I can see it, and I'll get that recorded for you guys. Let's get this video up to like 100 likes, and if we can do that, I'll go ahead and boom, push out another story time. And be sure you're following me on my other channel, which is my family vlog channel. That's where I'll be uploading all my vlogs, and you'll see a little bit more of my children. It's kind of me interacting with them. We'll be doing family cooking, family DIYs, and stuff like that. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. And like always, until next time, stay you, stay beautiful, and stay unique. Bye.